The first one is in Singapore, and it's not in any way fine dining. It's in Maxwell Food Centre, one of the hawkers markets in Singapore. And it's actually a little place that does chicken rice, which is one of my favourite Asian dishes, which is basically just poached chicken done in stock and sliced and served with rice made with a bit of chicken stock. But the great thing about it is it has a sauce made with fermented black beans, garlic, ginger, a little bit of sugar, chili and soy sauce. And it's the black beans at the back of it that give it its really unique flavour. Well, the next one is called Riley's Fish Shack in Tynemouth, right up in the northeast of England. The reason I love it is it's very rugged. It's 2 shipping containers down on the beach, and you have to go down a steep path to get to it. But when you get there, it's just sensational sort of local seafood. And I particularly remember one of the dishes there was a crab souffle with thermidor sauce. It's just sensational. It's very visual because you're right on the beach. It's just got this sort of like, I don't know, funkiness about it, which is quite special. So the next one's actually in Australia on the New South Wales coast at Yamba. It's called the Beechwood Cafe, and the reason I really like it is Turkish. It's a Turkish lady that runs it, but it's sort of Turkish food that the Aussies would really like. I remember they are having a Turkish sardines and a side order of a broad bean salad. And particularly what I liked was the Turkish beer FS that they had as well. It just seemed to me to be the right sort of food for a beachside place like Yamba. Really enjoyed that. The next one is La Colombe d'Or in the St Paul de Vence. It's a little village very close to Nice, and I've been going there for years and years with my wife Sass. The reason I like it is it's all about classic French cooking. The menu was hand painted in the 60s by a local artist, and it hasn't changed since, simply because the menu is hand painted. All they do now is just put these classic dishes, put the price in pencil as it changes over the years, and you get very simple things like melon with Parma ham, but it's Charentais melon in season. They do the most fantastic chicken fricassee with morels. It's all the sort of food that I remember in my sort of youth and still want to eat now. The next one was called the Akiko Sushi Bar in San Francisco. It's tiny, like many good sushi bars, particularly in Japan. It's only got seats for, I don't know, 15, 20 people. A Japanese couple running it, very small, very, very special sushi, sashimi particularly. Just remembered it for its sort of its lack of pretension, but the excellence of its fish. The next one is in the island of Rhodes. It's called Stenya, a fish restaurant just near the town of Lindos on the coast in Rhodes. The reason I like that, it features very local fish. Particularly good there is the octopus and the fish stew that they do there. And I remember when the fish stew arrived, the guy that runs the restaurant said to me, what you need in this fish stew is loads of sea salt and loads of olive oil. So I just piled the fish stew with sea salt and lots of olive oil, and it was just sensational and really good because the fish was so fresh. The next one is the Niagara Cafe in Gundagai in New South Wales. I've been doing a series in New South Wales called Rick Stein's Australia, and we had to go to this, what used to be called a milk bar in Gundagai. It was started in, I think, the 40s, 30s by a Greek family. And at the time, milk bars, which served great local hamburgers and milkshakes, they all had to have American names to make them sound posh and funky and trendy. So that's why this is called the Niagara, after the Niagara Falls. they do original Aussie burgers. When I first came to Australia in the 60s, the thing I remember most of all were the Aussie burgers, quite unlike anything you get in the States. I mean, with a really great beef pate with cheese, with bacon, often with egg, and particularly I remember tomato and beetroot. So really, really big filling, great chips, and lovely milkshakes. I'm particularly fond of a chocolate malted milkshake, which they still do in the Niagara Cafe.